OK，你们有听到什么回音吗？会听到回音吗？没有哈，OK，good。So today 我们的那个课，我们的课会是这样子，我会教完整个我会教的那个2.6 Bernoulli principle. Then after that we will complete two essay questions. Okay, in the chapter in chapter 2. Okay. Then the rest, OK，我是需要你们做好了，Then 我们就是开学过后我们会一起讨论，OK，所以呢，我们现在就开始吧。OK，看到我的 slide already 啊。Okay, so 我们的 chapter two, okay, in chapter two, pressure, okay, we have learned about what is liquid pressure, okay, and also what is the air pressure, gas pressure, atmospheric pressure. All these are different pressure, okay, and we will have different apparatus, instrument to measure it. Okay, for example, what we have learned, what we have done in our Penggau Satu test. Okay, actually the instrument is what we call as manometer, and I remember I have shown you in my slide already. Okay, but still a lot of you did uh, uh, write the wrong answer, okay? And also it's not a YouTube, it's a manometer, okay? Manometer. And don't forget, Borden gauge is something like what you are measuring the your tire pressure for your, for example, your bicycle, car tire, so far and so forth. It's like something circle like that one. Okay, and I remember I showed you before last year, okay, during when we are learning the gas law. Okay, so please remember that because that is quite a simple question. Yet a lot of you did the wrong answer. Okay, wrote the wrong answer. Okay, so please remember that. Okay, so basically we have learned there are three principles that we need to learn about pressure. Okay, first we have learned about Pascal's principle, which is more related to the liquid pressure. Okay, it says that the pressure is transmitted, the liquid pressure is transmitted uniformly in an enclosed container, okay, and in all directions. So it causes, we can apply in the hydraulic system where small force applied in a small area will produce a bigger force at a bigger area. So next, we also have learned about the Archimedes principle. And remember that a lot of you, the spelling for the specific names, okay, the apostrophe s is not important, whether you apostrophe s correct or wrong is okay. However, the special name for the for example, the principles, the law, you have to spell it correctly. Okay, for example, in your test, the Gay-Lussac's law, a lot of you gay, you write Guy. Then Lusac's, you write Lusaac. That one wrong already. That one I won't give marks because that is the special. There will be a special spelling for that. You have to be in the correct spelling, then only you will get the marks. Okay, so this is very Actually, I can tell you 啦，这一次的 test 的那个 question 是很简单的，yet 你们不能 catch 到那个 concept，而且你们会做很多的 careless mistakes，所以我一直一而再再而三的跟你们讲，有时间快就要检查，有时间就要检查，而且呢，就是要看清楚每一个题目问你们什么问题先，你们再来回答。可是我可以从这边发现到你们是很多都是 make careless mistakes，OK，就好像你们 calculation 有很多就是 calculate 到一半，最后没有 unit，你们就少了一分了咯。然后还有一些就是你的 definition，你的 relationship，我有讲过很多次了的。每次讲到 relationship，我们不可以讲 directly proportional，还是 inversely proportional 的。可是这一次我还是会看到在你们的 test 里面。OK，还有一样，speed is not using faster or slower，OK，是用 higher 还是 lower。That's why 我一直在 emphasize 跟你们讲说，用 greater 还是 smaller 是最保障的。因为你不要忘记，我们读 science 的同时，我们也是在 learning English，你知道吗？我们的那个 grammar mistakes，我们的 grammar 一定要对的。OK，我们不是要就是要很标准，可是我们要 correct。如果你做错的话，考官很容易会就是扣掉你的分数而的。所以我其实是在教着你们 a very easier way to get the marks easily to secure the marks。可是你们还是很多人不会听我的，所以 please 用这一次的考试来给你们看，你们到底有多少的 careless mistake you have done。OK，可以啊。OK，so 我们就回来 Archimedes principle。Archimedes principle basically is about buoyant force. OK，in a when an object immersed wholly or partially in the liquid, OK，the buoyant force is equals to the weight of the liquid displaced. OK，所以我们有 apply 在 hot air balloon 啊、submarine 啊，还有就是 so far and so forth。application 在这个三个 principle 很重要，有时他就会问。那个在 explanation 那边，for example，这次我们的考试，你们的那个最后一题，OK，关系到 car radiator 的，也是 actually application of specific heat capacity 的，OK，有些人可以拿到4分，有些人只可以拿到2分的，OK，我们考完，我们就是假期过后我们再来看这个。OK，现在我们就进入最后一个 principle，就是我们的 Bernoulli's principle。OK，you can open up your workbook page 52 and start. OK，page 52。So actually Bernoulli's principle 是这样多个 principle 里面是比较容易记得的，就是 just talking about the velocity and also the pressure. OK，so when a velocity of fluid, no matter is a liquid, sorry 啊。Hello， 你在哪里？Hello， 嘿，你没有电了吗？OK，fluid 可能是一个，真的是没有电了。OK，等我一下。OK，fluid 可能是一个 liquid，可能是一个 pressure. So when the velocity of a fluid is high, the pressure is low. When the velocity is low, the pressure is high. 就是一个 就是一个 inversely proportional 的，可是我们会讲 inversely proportional 啊。OK，就像在这一个 diagram 里边 ，OK，为什么这一个 ball 它只是会 spinning around the filter funnel when there's a blowing air? Because when the air is blowing in, okay, it produces high velocity of air, so creating low pressure at this area， 在这一个 area。OK， 在这个 area， 这一个 area 是 low pressure。Okay, low pressure. So higher atmospheric pressure will press onto the ball so that the ball spin in between the filter funnel. Okay, so 还有一个就是像这样子 ，OK， 如果你是这边有 normal pressure， 这边有 normal pressure， 可是你在中间 you blow using a straw。Okay, when you blow the air in between it, it produces high velocity of air, creating low pressure. So higher atmospheric pressure beside will press the two balls and make it in between. Okay, make it in between. Okay, so 这个是一个 video to talk about what okay, to talk about give you more examples about Bernoulli's principle. So please have a look. 为什么？其实你去 Tech Dome 的话，有一个你会看到这一个这样的一个principle， 这个 application 在 Tech Dome。Okay, why the ball is spinning around there? Because the air blowout is at a high velocity, creating low pressure 在中间那边。So high atmospheric pressure 就会 press on the ball， 让那个 ball spinning around。OK，even 你用 hair dryer 也是用一样的那个那个 concept 来的。OK，所以好像我们那些卖车的他们外面有那些好像那个 flying 的那个 那个娃娃在那边 flying 的那个也其实也是在用这 Bernoulli principle 的 concept 来，OK。even 多重的 ball 都好，它都会 spinning around. Why? Because air produces high velocity, creating low pressure. OK，当你做这个 experiment 的时候，要不要靠近一点？OK，OK，、okay? Why is it so? Because high velocity, low pressure in the between. So higher atmospheric pressure will press the two Coca-Cola can, make it into flow in between. OK，你看用那个 hair dryer 会比较容易一点，因为 hair dryer produces high velocity air。所以你看两个就会连在一起。哎，你们可以尝试这一个 experiment 在你们家里面可以尝试到，因为这些东西都是可以在家里面拿到的。OK，OK，so you 其实如果你要在好像 daily life 你会 experience 怎样 experience 像 Bernoulli principles 呢？OK，就好像我给你一个 examples，OK，你要过马路，在一个很繁忙的一条街道上，OK，那个车会飞，就是会冲的很快。如果你那个车很靠近你，在站在那个路边那一边的，OK，你站在那个路边，就 for example 就好像说，这个是这个是路边，这个是你，OK，在等着那个过马路，OK，车来的很快，OK，很靠近你的时候，你会感受，你会感觉到你的身体好像被碾过去那个车那边的。为什么呢？因为那个车 very is flowing very is moving very fast at high velocity, creating low pressure in between the car and you. So higher atmospheric pressure 在你后面会 press on you，让你好像就是会把你推向那个车那边。你注意一下，你会感受得到的。就我有时会经过，好像有一些马人币啊，还是就是车很快的，尤其是非常快、非常快的那个摩托车，你就会感受得到。OK，不要，就是特地去感受 Bernoulli principle 去路边这样子啊。就是如果你有机会感受得到，你就要知道想说这个其实是关系到 Bernoulli principle。Okay, very good. Okay, so let us look at the notes first. Page 52. Okay, page 52. Okay, so please, 52. Okay, the nota that. Okay, please highlight Bernoulli's principle. Highlight Bernoulli's principle. Highlight the fluid. The velocity of the fluid increase. The velocity, the pressure of the fluid decrease and vice versa. Okay, and vice versa. 这个就是 the concept of Bernoulli's principle. Very easy only. Okay, so 来我们就来看 the effect of fluid. Okay, velocity on pressure. OK，so 他叫你 draw the observation，可是我觉得不需要 draw，我只要你们就是告诉我 what kind of observation you will get，OK，what kind of observation you will get，OK，你看第一个 activity，OK，the ping pong ball is hanging around，OK，then you are using a straw to blow through the space between the ping pong ball. So what will happen? What can you observe after the incident? Can anyone tell me? Okay, stick together. Okay, very good. Okay, you can write that. Okay，还是你可以这样子写。OK，你只是可以，你可以这样子写，就是 the ping pong ball becomes closer to each other. Okay, the ping pong ball becomes closer to each other. 如果你要画，你可以画，OK。总之你要把你要怎样画呢？你就是不要把它的那个两个 ball 就是 make closer to each other。然后你可以注明，就是中间是 high velocity, low pressure, then 外面是 high pressure。OK。Okay, next 第二个 activity. Hold a piece of paper as shown. Blow steadily above the paper. Above the paper. So what is the observation you can get? 你觉得那张纸会怎样？它还是在原地不动呢，还是就会飞下一点，还是飞上去？Will rise upwards or being blown downwards? 来，我要找人来回答。Bernice, rise upwards 还是 blow downwards? 第二个 activity。Bernice, upwards. OK, very good. 因为呢，当你在吹着的时候，OK，我可以做这一个 experiment。看啊，哎呦。OK，你用这一张纸，OK，你用这一张纸这样子。妈妈，OK。OK，你用这一张纸这样子啊，这个是一张纸啊。如果你吹上面，呀，放高一点。你有没有发？你看不是很清楚，可是就是有啦。这样，OK，so 你看那一张纸啊，如果你这样 blow，放高一点。你会觉得呢？那你会发现到那张纸是 rise upwards。为什么呢？因为 when you are blowing the air on top, you are creating a high velocity, low pressure on top. So higher atmospheric pressure for the bottom, it will push the paper upwards. That's why 你这边你的 observation 你会看到的就是the paper rises upwards. Okay, the paper rises upwards. Okay, very good, Bernice. Okay, so next. Okay, hold two pieces of paper close to each other and blow steadily into the space between the paper. So what will happen? Like what will happen? Jing Hong, what will happen? Okay, 景洪，你想第三的，then the papers will stick together. Okay, very good. 我们 try to 不要讲 stick together，因为其实你会看到讲说，其实它是比较 closer to each other 的。OK，不会这样真的是 stick together 的。所以你这边你就写 both papers become closer to each other. Okay, become closer to each other. OK，I think 最后一个应该是可以，也是可以懂了的。Blow through the space between the bottles. So what will happen？这个我给你，the bottles becomes closer to each other. OK， 这是第四个。OK，good。好了的话，我们就看第54面。OK，so as a result, okay, conclusion. As the velocity, what? As the velocity, as the velocity increase, okay, the pressure decreases. Okay, very good. The difference in the pressure will produce force. Okay, will produce force. Okay, will produce force. Okay, as the velocity increases, the pressure decreases. The difference in the pressure will produce force. Okay, will produce force. Okay, 我们再接下来看 the Bernoulli's principle and the principle of conservation of energy. Okay, the principle of conservation of energy. Okay, 这是一个 extra information 给你们啦。Okay, so when the fluid flows in a narrow space, the fluid with high speed has what? 比较高的 kinetic energy 还是比较低的 kinetic energy? Very good. Okay, higher. OK， 现在我是在讲这 Bernoulli's principle 啊，and the principle of conservation of energy 那一版啊。So B, okay, higher kinetic energy. Why? Because it has a higher velocity. Okay, so number 2, the region, okay, the region with high velocity has what? Very good, has lower pressure. Okay, has lower pressure than the region in the velocity B. Okay, in the low velocity. Okay, 如果你可以 highlight 第一题 the fluid in narrow space, fluid with high speed. Okay, 记得 narrow space will cause the fluid to flow at high speed. Okay, at high speed. 你 imagine 看，它窄的话，它就会冰好像冲嘛。OK， 它就会就是 being forced out from the narrow space. That's why when 它 being forced out 的时候 actually it is flowing at high velocity. Okay, so the total energy, okay, 第三啊 the total energy remains the same for the fluid system because part of the fluid, okay, 这边我给你 loses energy while another part gain energy at the same time. 就是说一 part low velocity 的 part 它会 lose the energy. OK， 因为它 low pressure 嘛 because 它 creating a difference in the force 嘛，所以 low velocity 的就会 lose energy. High velocity 的就会 lose energy because it has a lower pressure. Low velocity 的呢就会 gain energy because it has a higher pressure. Okay, creating a difference in the force. Okay, at the same time. So this situation reflects the principle of conservation of energy. OK， 这就是这样子。大家，请你们等我一下哈。 OK，好了吗，大家？OK，接下来我们就会看我们的 What do we call as a venturi tube？这个 venturi tube 是 meant for 给你们就是学Bernoulli's principle 的。OK，可以在这个 venturi tube 里面呢，记得 water in 的地方，OK，water in 的地方，it will always flow at low velocity. The water or the air always flow at low velocity. 刚开始的地方，starting point 啊，starting point 一定是 low velocity。Okay, low velocity. So because this one low velocity, this part will have a higher pressure, followed by this, and the lowest pressure will be at the part C because it will be at the last part there. Okay, so that's why 你看它的 water level, highest is at the A, B second, C is the lowest. So it shows that pressure at A is the highest, followed by B and C. Okay, followed by B and C. Okay, so next, okay, 我们刚才有讲 narrow space, the pressure will flow at high velocity. Sorry, the fluid will flow at high velocity. That's why 在这一边我们先注重在 B 的这边先。B 的这边，因为它是 narrow space. Narrow space, the water will flow at the highest velocity. Highest velocity. So creating lowest pressure at point B. That's why 你看它的 water level 是最低。OK，then、为什么 A 是最高呢？因为你不要忘记 water starting part of the water it will be flowing at a low velocity, so creating highest pressure. Then C 会比 B 高，因为在 C 它这一边呢，你看它这边两边，就是它不是在 narrow space 了，它还已经是就是 normally out already。可是因为它是在 ending part 这边，ending part 呢，你的 velocity 会比较高一点。So 你的 pressure 会比较 low，but not as low as B，B 是最低的。所以 that's why 你看它的那一个 pressure 是 A 是最高，then followed by C and the B is the lowest one because of the narrow space. Okay, because of the narrow space. OK，在这边呢，为什么在这边 D 是 has the highest level？因为你不要忘记，这个现在是 air is flowing。Okay, moving air or moving water only is able to apply Bernoulli's principle. Okay, able to apply Bernoulli's principle. So 一样的道理，在这边在 starting part 的话，在这边的 velocity is the lowest. So creating highest pressure. So 你 pressure 会 press onto the water. That's why 你看它会 has the lowest level. Lowest level 在这边。Okay, D narrow space. So what happened? Narrow space, the velocity will be high or low. The air velocity will be high or low. High, okay, very good. The high velocity, so creating the lowest pressure over here. That's why 你看它的 water level 就会最高。Then C 这一边呢，它这一边它就会恢复回去，it will return back to the low velocity, not as low as A. Okay, so that's why the level it will be at the second level. So pressure A will be at the highest, followed by C and also B. Okay, so next 我要你们就是看你们的 workbook part C venturi tube. Okay, venturi tube. OK，我给你们2分钟的时间，你们 try to fill in 那个1、2、3、4、5个那个叫什么名字？5个 blank space。OK，我给你们2分钟的时间。等下我要叫名字啊。哎，我想问一下，谁是 SJ 呀、谁是 SJ？我知道你是苏军是吗？OK，好。OK，Thank you。 OK，好了吗？Okay, so now let us look at number two. Okay, number one, the ventral tube is a glass tube with narrow region in the middle. 不一定是 narrow region，有时它就是像我刚才 show 给你看的，就是它是一样的那个region 的，OK，一样的 region 的，OK，OK，so since region B is narrow, okay, the water velocity that passes through the region B is uh Corinne. Corinne, please give me the first blank and the second blank answer. Okay, then 第三题我想要教Susmita. Then 第四凯文。OK, Corinne 第二，第三 Susmita，第四是凯文。The rest 你们就 wait for the answer 啊。OK, very good. OK, Corinne 第二题的答案是对的。OK, Susmita is not lower but is what? Is lowest. OK, is lowest. OK, 第三应该是 lowest 啊。第三应该是 lowest。OK，凯文你 try 看第4题。凯文第4题。
higher 跟 equal
Okay, very good. Okay. 第4是 the water level at X is higher. Okay. Than water level Z, even though the water velocity. Okay, 为什么这边讲 water velocity is the same？ 因为它的那个 space 是一样大。OK，可是如果你要仔细看的话，其实在 water flow in 的 part 的话 it will have a lower velocity. Okay, it will have a lower velocity. OK，在这边为什么还讲 same 呢？因为它的那一个两个的那一个叫什么名字？两个那个 space 一样。所以呢，如果你要的话，你可以在这一边 emphasize 讲说 water level in water in，就是说那个 starting part 啦。你可以在那个 venturi tube 那边写 starting part。OK，你如果你有看到那一个 water flow 的那一边，你可以写这一个 lowest velocity. OK, lowest velocity. OK, lowest velocity. OK，接下来我们就要看，我们已经学会 Bernoulli's principle already. So we need to apply it in our daily life. Okay, we need to apply it in our daily life. Okay, so below are the application of Bernoulli's principle. Okay, as you can see, all the principles has been applied in our daily life for different purposes. Okay, for example, like Pascal's principle, you have applied in hydraulic jack, hydraulic brake, hydraulic leaf. Then Archimedes' principle, you apply in hydrometer, what do we call hot air balloon, and also submarine. Then for Bernoulli's principle, it apply in aerofoil. Okay, the shape of the what do we call the aeroplane's wing. Okay, aeroplane wing. Okay, Bunsen burner also apply the Bernoulli's principle. Carburetor also applying Bernoulli's principle. Carburetor is a part of our engine. Okay, it will mix with the air and the fluid so that we can produce. It will be combust. Okay, it will be burned to start the engine. Okay, that is the car carburetor. Okay, it's part of the engine. Insecticide sprayer and atomizer. Atomizer 就是好像那个香水啊，那些maroon 啊，他们就是这样喷那些，这个就是 atomizer。OK，so 接下来我就会可以看这个 video about the what we call it as application of the Bernoulli's principle，他们是怎样 apply Bernoulli's principle in all these 这个就是 what we call the daily life appliances. OK，so let us see here.
Bernoulli's principle is very important as it is used when designing airplanes, boat hulls, fan blades, and cars. The flight of an airplane is based on the principle regarding the effect of the flow of air around its wings, which are in the form of airfoil. An airfoil is the curved wing used to produce a lift. The figure shows the smoke stream pattern in a wind tunnel that demonstrates the pattern of airflow past an airfoil. It is observed that the smoke lines are close together above the airfoil where the airspeed past the airfoil is greater. The figure shows an airfoil with a leading edge that is rounded and a pointed trailing edge. The airflow above the airfoil is faster than the airflow below it, so there is lower air pressure above the airfoil. Pressure difference between the air below and above the airfoil produces a resultant upwards force known as a lift. When an airplane is moving horizontally at constant speed, the weight of the airplane is balanced by the lift. The thrust is equal to the drag. Thrust is the force produced by the engines, while the drag is a force resisting the motion of the airplane. A carburetor is used to produce a mixture of petrol and air, which can be burned easily in the engine of a car. Air flowing at a higher speed through the narrow section causes the air pressure there to become lower. The atmospheric pressure pushes the petrol from the tank to flow out through the jet as spray of petrol vapor after mixing with air. When a Bunsen burner is connected to the gas supply, gas gusts out through the jet with high speed, creating low pressure region around the jet. The outside air at atmospheric pressure, which is higher, is sucked into the low pressure region. The mixture of gas and air, which enters the barrel, is then burned to produce a flame. When a piston is pushed into the cylinder, air gusts out at high speed through the narrow opening, producing a low pressure region around the opening. The air above the insecticide is at atmospheric pressure, which is higher, so it pushes the insecticide to rise through the metal tube. The mixture of insecticide and air is then ejected as a spray of small droplets of insecticide. Thank you for taking time to watch this.
OK, all these are Bernoulli's principle. OK， 没有关系，等下我们会再仔细看我们的那个 notes 里面。OK， 因为你的 notes 其实它很仔细的跟你讲 what is happening in all the 就是 applications OK of Bernoulli's principle explain it 就是比较details OK， 而且其实 I can tell you 这一本书它的 explanation for the application is quite what do we call very details and also it carries all the 那个叫做 keyword OK， 所以如果你们要那些因为你如果 if let's say you take note on the SPM question 现在你们的 KSSM 他很喜欢问你叫你们 explain OK it doesn't come out in section B and C anymore OK it also comes out sometimes it also comes out in the section 8 the structure questions 所以 explanation part 是 quite important 的 OK 你们可以 refer to 这一本书他的那些 explanation is quite simple yet it carries all the keywords inside OK so还有一个就是 what do we call as banana cake OK 好像你看最近那个 World Cup 那个什么 梅西 OK 梅西他们喜欢就是做那个海那个 banana cake 的就是好像那样弯过去的 OK 为什么会弯呢其实它不是因为magic Is because it is applying the Bernoulli's principle，这就是 what we call as a banana kick。OK，因为当它踢的时候，如果它踢，OK，it follows the direction of the wind。OK，one part will be following the direction of the wind. OK，and one part will be in the opposite direction of the wind. If let's say in the opposite direction of the wind, okay, opposite spin, it will become slower, so creating higher pressure. Then 如果是 the one that is in the same direction, it will move faster, creating lower air pressure. So because of the difference in the pressure, okay, and due to the high and low velocity, it created a difference in the pressure, so it produces the force. So 让它就是可以就是 curve, then 进去那个沟那边。Okay, so banana kick is also one of the examples of Bernoulli's application of Bernoulli's principle. Okay, with this 我们就已经做完我们的整个 Bernoulli's principle and also chapter 2 already. Okay, so I want you to look at this question. Okay, question 1, I want to find someone to answer it. Felicia. Felicia, question 1. What is the answer? Felicia? Okay, very good, B boy. Okay, because 这个 due to 这个 the shape of the roof panel 在这一边上面呢 the air will be flowing at high velocity, creating low pressure. So higher atmospheric pressure will 就是 push 那个 roof panel 让它就是飞走。Okay, flying off with strong winds. Okay, I think 这个也不需要我讲的 answer already. The answer should be Bernoulli's principle. Okay. OK，来，我要你们看这一个。OK，so this question I want，Yimei, can you give me the answer? B boy, so let's see here. Okay. Actually, the answer should be A. Okay, 为什么你不要忘记 the air is flowing? Okay, so air flow 在这一 part, the velocity will be the lowest or the highest? Anyone? 这边的 velocity will be lowest or highest? Starting point 哦 starting point velocity actually will be the lowest 刚才我讲了吗 so 在这边的 pressure will be the highest 对吗 so 因为 pressure high 所以它就会 press onto the tube 让那个 water 不可以就是 water level 不能 rise up that's why I will have a lowest water level OK then 在这一边OK 我们的这个第二把这一边是 narrow space so 我们刚才有讲的 narrow space 的话它的 velocity will be the highest 对吗 velocity will be the highest so creating lowest pressure so 你这个 air 已经是 lowest pressure air already so 你的 water level 就会 rise up higher will be at the highest point OK then 在这一边它的 pressure velocity 就会比较 not lowest but low only so creating high pressure that's why 这边 will have the second level OK 姨妹看到吗姨妹了解吗所以 answer is A not B OK OK 来，这一题我要有一个人，微春，微春。
啊，
啊，
是啊，
yeah, OK，我们来看啊。OK，so、如果你讲 C 的话，其实你还是 on the correct path。还好吗？对呀、
我在总笑，我在总笑。
OK 啊，对不起啊。OK，在这边，可是你不要忘记，这两个 yes，它都是 narrow space。OK，它都是 narrow space。对吗？OK，可是你不要忘记，这个是 starting point。我们每次有讲了，starting point 的话，它的 velocity will be the lowest。OK，if you compare B 跟 C 的话，B C 的是会比较 low 一点，所以呢，它会 actually 如果 in between B 跟 C 的话，C 会 create a higher pressure than B。所以呢，因为它这边是比较下去一点嘛，比较下去一点的话，它的 velocity 就会 low，then 它的 pressure 只是 high pressure 吧。所以如果 compare B 跟 C 的话，B is a better answer。Why? Because B 的 it will be at a narrow space，可是它是在就不是在 beginning part，它是在下一点点，它是在下一点点。所以它的 water level will be at the wait，但 water level 是比较快过那个 beginning part 那，OK，会比较快过那个 beginning part，OK，所以回春是 B 不是 C 其他人懂我在讲什么吗？因为我每次讲 starting point，它的 velocity 会比较低一点的。喂，比较低，lowest velocity higher pressure，对，比较低。OK，last question，第五题，微轩，第五题，微轩。B boy，Borden Gosh，Are you sure？我们刚才有讲到 Borden Gosh 是 Bernoulli's principle 吗？我刚才讲 banana cake 是 Bernoulli's principle 来的，所以哪一个是关系到Bernoulli's principle 的呢？C，yes，answer is C cat。OK，answer is C cat。Hydrometer 是 Archimedes。OK，Borden gauge is to measure gas pressure。Barometer is to measure atmospheric pressure. Okay, very good. With this，我们就做完我们的整个 Chapter 2的那个 Bernoulli's principle already. So now I give you 10 minutes, okay? 10 minutes to fill in the blanks for page 54, okay? 那一个 application, okay? 你需要fill in 的是 Bunsen burner, carburetor, perfume spray, and also what we call as the insecticide sprayer. Then after that, 你们 try to do question 2, the Uji Kendiri question 1 and also question 2. OK，现在我给你们10分钟，所以现在是11点25分，11点35分我们会讨论答案。OK，我觉得是没有时间做 essay question 而已，如果有时间我们会做。 OK，class，来，我给你们检查答案啊。OK, so for Bunsen burner, OK，它 diagram 很仔细的给你看到的，so airflow，OK，so the nozzles，OK，to release the gas out and mix with the air so that it will be combusted. Okay, so OK 你们可以检查答案啊。So the jet of the gas flow out from the nozzle with high velocity. Okay, thus the pressure in the Bunsen burner becomes low. Okay, Bunsen burner becomes low. Okay, so the higher external pressure will push the air into the air holes. Okay, into the air holes. Okay, and mix with the gas due to the difference in the pressure. Okay, 这个就是 the explanation of the Bunsen burner. Okay, according to the Bernoulli's principle. Okay, so next, carburetor. Okay, so carburetor 也是 combustion 的 ，OK 也是 combustion 的。So 这一边的 air flow in, okay, then we have the petrol, okay. So the narrow section, okay, narrow section causes the air to move with high speed, produce low pressure at this region. Okay, so the difference in the pressure causes the high atmospheric pressure in the petrol compartment to push the petrol out from through the jet. So 你有没有看到它每一次的 explanation 都是 involve 到 low velocity, high pressure, high velocity, low pressure 这样子。If let's say it's related to Bernoulli's principle, you have to include all these keywords inside. Okay, so the petrol will mix with the air before it flows into the cylinder engine for combustion. 这边 OK 了吗？大家好了吗？OK 啊，没关 OK 啊，其他的也 OK 啊。OK, very good. So next will be the perfume sprayer，就是刚才我跟你们讲过的那个 atomizer。OK, atomizer 跟 perfume sprayer 是一样的东西的。Okay, the finger will press onto the squeeze bar. 为什么呢？因为 it want to squeeze out the air at high velocity. Okay, so the air is pushed out from the nozzle with high velocity to produce low pressure region. So the atmospheric pressure inside the bottle is high. So the difference in pressure between the top of the bottle and the bottom of the tube pushes the perfume, okay, upwards. Okay, pushes the perfume upwards. Okay. So can I move on? 有时啊，如果你在 question 里面呐、你看到这些字眼啊，你会发现到，那当他叫你 explain 的时候，他会给你很多这些 keyword 在这边的，for example squeeze bulb 啦、spray 啦、nozzle 啦、tube 啦跟 perfume。Okay, actually you can add in inside explanation 的，它其实这个就是在 helping you，helping you to explain the give the explanation step by step。所以如果能的话，每次你们看到这些这样的 diagram 的时候，要注意它的给你的那些wording。OK，其实这些 wording 是 helping you to create the explanation。OK。Okay, so the last part will be insecticide sprayer. Okay, insecticide sprayer, okay, 跟那个 perfume sprayer 是差不多一样的东西。Okay, so instead of the squeeze bulb, okay, we are using the plunger. Okay, the plunger is push. Okay, the air is pushed out from the nozzle at high velocity to produce low pressure. Okay, so the atmospheric pressure inside the what do we call inside the what do we call the perfume, okay, sorry, inside the insecticide is higher。还是如果你看的话，你注意的话，可以补一下，你会看到这边其实，它这边其实有一个洞 ，OK， 它这边其实有一个洞。如果你看的话，这洞其实是让那个 high atmospheric pressure 进出那个洞了的哈，它 press onto the insecticide，then 把那个 insecticide push into the tube， 让它可以就是 being spray out，OK，being spray out，OK。So the difference in pressure will push the insecticide through the metal tube. Okay, so then it will spray out as a spray. Okay, it will be spray out as a spray. It will comes out from the nozzle as a spray. 不是 nozzle 啊 ，it will comes out as a spray 就可以了。Okay. Okay, over here then.好了吗？OK， 美观 done already， 还其他人 done already 吗？OK， 奇瑞也 done already。OK， thank you very much. So now we'll look at the Uji 跟 Diri 2.6。OK， 考试想要教你画这样的东西的，可是我求你们啊，你们每次画的时候啊，画美一点可以吗 ？OK， 可以。当你们每次画这样的东西，你们不用像他这样子，就是画到蓝蓝这样子的。你可以就是，OK， 你可以就是在这边你画那个 layer， 然后你这样，还是你可以画一个 layer， 如果它这边有 water 那个它的那个 water 的那个 level 嘛，所以你就跟着它画，这样不用画太多，画一点点就好了的，而且要画美一点点啊 ，OK。OK，so 如果是第一个的话 ，OK， 第一个 P will have the highest level, okay, followed by Q and R. Why? Because the water flow in 在这边 it has the lowest velocity. So creating highest pressure. Okay, then followed by B. Okay, B 因为你不要忘记，这个是 air flow already, air flow. 所以其实也是一样，在这边 air flow 呢，你的 air 在第一版 has the lowest velocity. So creating highest pressure. So 你的 pressure of the air 是 highest already 嘛， so it will push onto the water level, so creating the lowest level here. Okay, creating lowest pressure. Okay, then followed by Q and P. Okay, followed by Q and R. OK， 下面的就有一个 what do we call as a narrow space already。OK，so 这个 narrow space 呢，你要记得 ，OK， 它这边 narrow space the velocity is the highest, so creating lowest pressure. OK，creating lowest pressure, so that's why 它的 water level 是最低 ，then D 是比最高 ，then followed by R。OK，the last one 是 air。OK，air 的话 B 是最低 ，then followed by R and Q。Why？ 这边是 narrow space，so it will have the highest velocity, lowest pressure。考试如果出Bernoulli's principle 这个 venturi tube 的话，他会很喜欢叫你画这些东西的 ，especially 是在 structure question， 所以你们要学会怎样画那个water level。 Okay? Done? Okay, can I? Okay, so now we move on to the last question. Okay, so 这个就是 hair dryer and the ping pong ball. Okay, so 你这边你就会看到，如果你看到这个 diagram 的话，你就会想到它是 related to Bernoulli's principle already. Okay, so mark an X on the diagram. Okay, the region with a fast flow air 就是在中间这边。OK，在中间这边你放一个 X。OK，在中间这边你放一个 X。OK，because the airflow from the hair dryer is the highest. OK，highest velocity. Okay, so state the condition of the air pressure low at region X low. Okay, because high velocity, low pressure according to the Bernoulli's principle. Okay, so on the diagram, mark and label the force that acts onto the ping pong ball 是在这一边。OK， 是在这一边。如果你画在 side here，OK，、Okay, if let's say you draw something like this, force 这边，force 这边也可以，as long as 它的 arrow 是 pointing towards 的那个乒乓 ball 的，OK， 不是出去，OK， 因为你要明白，在这一个 area it has a low velocity, high velocity, low pressure. So 你这个周围这边就是 high pressure. Okay, so a difference in the pressure, the force will be produced from a higher region of pressure to a lower region of pressure. Okay. 可以啊。Okay, so next, explain the force in B is produced. 哈，这边你看，它每次你有看到吗？通常它会关系到那个 explanation 的。Okay, so the airflow on top of the ball is slower, thus producing high pressure compared to the region X. That's right. Okay, so the difference in the pressure produces the downward force. On the top 嘛。Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. 好了吗？这边可以看得到吗？Okay. Done. Done, ah? Yeah. Okay, now we look at the last question. Okay, so last question is the YouTube, okay, or we call as a YouTube 啦，OK，那个 Venturi tube 是表就是一个一整条这样子的。 OK， so 它第一个它教你可以 compare the speed of the air flow at x and y. Okay, so the speed of air flow at x is lower than the speed at y. OK， 其实如果你们 comparison 嘛，你们不要写就是整体，就是好像很多人会写the velocity in diagram one is higher is greater than the velocity in diagram two。其实不用这样仔细的，你可以就是写 the velocity in diagram one is greater than in diagram two，这样就可以了。好像这边的话，the speed of airflow at x is lower is smaller than at y，这样就可以了。OK， 只要你要很明显的看到那个 differences。OK， so mark the water level， 因为你讲说的 air flows at the x is lower already， so creating higher pressure， so 你的 water level at x 会比较低过那个 y 那边。OK， 可以吗？OK， 还有9分钟，我觉得我是不想要继续了，因为有点来不及了。OK， 所以呢，开学过后，我会跟你们讨论你们的那个test paper，OK，together with 这个 revision。所以呢，这一次的那个 recording 的那个它是什么嘞？就是关系到你们那个2分的那个科学故事啥？是你们一定要做完整个 soalan berformat SPM，OK，which means that from 57面到64面 essay question 就是 section B 跟 section C， 你们不用做，不用紧，这个我会跟你们一起做。可是我会去到学校，我会检查57面到64面 ，OK， 57面到64面 ，OK。如果你们哪一个人谁没有做，就是空整个给我的话，还有structure question 我不要你们整个空到完啦，我不要你们只是写1、2题吧啦 ，OK。So 我会 check， 如果你们哪一个人就是 blank 给我的话，你们就会少你们那个2分 ，OK， 少你们那个2分。And don't forget， 你们还有就是3分的那一个各家故事，就是你们的 correction，OK。开学是星期2，所以 T5S1 交给美观 ，OK，then T5S3 交给逸轩 ，OK， 逸轩。So 星期2 1:20分之前 ，OK， 1:20分，我还没有收到你们的 correction 的话，你们就会没有掉那个3分。OK， 听懂了吗？So 星期3我有跟 I have class with T5S3, so you please remember to bring your paper 1, okay, and together with the workbook, okay, together with the workbook. Then 星期4T5S1 你们也是就拿 paper 1跟 workbook， 好吗？我们应该是会再多1个星期，我们才会去上 lab 做那个 chapter 2的 experiment. OK? Clear? Okay, thank you, 美观 for answering. Others OK 没有问题好了吗 ？OK 吗？OK， so 今天我会找5分钟放你们 ，OK， 所以对不起我没有时间跟你们讨论那个 essay question， 可是我会在就是 face to face 的时候跟你们讨论。Okay, so I will see you after holiday. Enjoy your holiday and don't forget to do the soalan berformat. Okay, paper 1 and also structure question. Okay, section 8. Okay, thank you everyone and bye bye. Okay.